I've been on supervision for over 10 years now.
15 years of my life.
For the last 15 years.
I've been in the criminal justice system about 15 years.
For about 2.5 years.
2 years juvenile, 3 years adult.
I've been in the criminal justice system for about 10 years altogether. And, you know, like a couple years here and then off and then 10. Yeah, 10 years altogether.
For about 2 years. I've been in the criminal justice system for 4 years.
Approximately a year or more now.
I was supposed to start it about 7 years ago and avoided it.
Well, I've been in the criminal justice system for about 10 years.
A whopping 40,000.
I estimate lost wages and fees probably $250,000.
Roughly about 200,000.
Or I owe probably about 200,000 to the system.
Oh, at least 50,000.
I would say at least $70,000, and I've yet to pay.
Probably, I would say approximately $50,000. Easy.
Well, I'd say about $2,000. 15,000.
It'll cost me at least $20,000 or more, give or take.
At least 15 grand. Most of that I didn't pay yet. So.
Well, it's cost me about $70,000.
I have two.
Yes, I have one child.
I got two little girls.
Yes, I have 2 children.
Yes, I have 3 children.
I have 3 children.
I have 6 children.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I got a daughter and a son.
I have 2 children at this time, yes.
I've got custody of 2 stepdaughters. I have 2 children, or 1 child of my own living with me, and then I also have my adopted daughter and her daughter. So I've got a grand total of 6 of them.
I have 4 beautiful children.
I would say it was for not complying. I never liked the ideal of having someone giving me options or giving me rules or giving me, you know, where I have to do things that I didn't like to do. I mean, it was just, I didn't like taking orders. I figured I paid my time by going to jail, and I didn't think that I should be punished anymore for the things I've done.
My anger, my uncontrollable anger, my lack of wisdom about my anger.
Just can't change me. Just can't change me.
Using dope and being around the people that use it, the associations, the places.
I sold dope since I was 13 years old. And when I was 32, I finally got busted.
I think I wasn't willing to change. I was always really risky as a child, and I always seek attention. So I think that's pretty much where it was based at.
For me, there's lots of reasons, but I felt that if I would have been more educated, like if I would have continued on in my schooling and maybe taken some alcohol and drug classes or something, I think it's education for me, personally.
Because just been in trouble, just not following directions, you know, and in a way that's part of the parole and probation needing money. You know, it's just like half of the world's on parole and the other half is, you know, taking care of us. So, you know, it's, without us, you guys don't have a job. So, you know, that's the way I think about it, you know. If I don't do what I have to do, you know, you guys wouldn't have a job. Because I've just been unlucky and been around people that get you into trouble.
I got caught in the system by gambling, robbing places, and the main perspective was robbing, you know, different businesses and stuff to support my gambling habit.
Drugs. I believe it was drugs. I had a bad drug problem. Kind of like didn't want to be around society. So it's against the law all the time.
I'd like to suggest to you that the reason that you're sitting in these chairs right now is a direct product of how you talk to yourself. That what you speak about in your own brain all day long has had the result of sitting in here For example, someone said, I believe I can beat the system. We have it up there, I believe I can beat the system. And here we are. Some people say it was bad luck. Maybe. And here we are. Some people say that using drugs brought me here. That may be, and here we are. But someone else said that half of everybody in America is using drugs. Okay, if half of everybody in America is using drugs, and using drugs gets us on probation, then half of everybody in America ought to be on probation. So like I say, I'm not from your community, so I need to ask you a question. And I'd like everybody's response at this time, if I could. I don't know too much about your county, but how many people would you say live in this county? About. I understand maybe 50, 60,000, is that right? Let's say 55,000 people live in this county. Of the 55,000 people living in this county, how many do you think are on adult, formal, supervised probation, just like you? Now you get to pick between, well, there's about 20 of you here, 30 of you here, so we know you're on probation, so the number is somewhere between 30 and 55,000.